Yo, what's up guys? Teacher Paul here, and today we are reacting to the Internet Anarchist. This is a video about MrBeast, and it says MrBeast is in huge trouble again. Dude, what is going on? So this is from the channel, and if you want to watch it without my reaction, link is in the description. And also, I'm live right now on Twitch, and we can hang out, chat if you join me on Twitch. Let's go. Let's check this video out. Actually, let's use the big screen right now.
When you're a creator,
why can't I talk? Okay, let's go.
When you're a creator as big and recognizable as MrBeast, it becomes near impossible to avoid controversial situations. However, how on earth does a harmless video about exploring ancient culture escalate into a lawsuit-riddled scandal involving not just national agencies, but the president of an entire country?
A popular YouTuber is now being criticized for filming in some of Mexico's most important archaeological sites.
Whatever MrBeast does, he's going to get criticized for.
And warned that there may
whatever
be
he does
if that permit was violated.
Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be going over the recent events behind one of MrBeast's most unexpected controversies. How it all started, why people are mad at Jimmy, and what the real details about the lawsuit actually are. On the 10th of May 2025, Jimmy published a video titled "I Explored 2,000-Year-Old Ancient Temples," in which he and his crew visited the ancient Chichen Itza temple.
Seems innocent
and several
enough,
other
right?
Archaeological sites in Mexico.
Be exploring dozens of ancient temples,
Seems
all of
innocent
which
enough.
hide ancient Mayan secrets from the world,
especially because he had the government people there.
Navigating underground tombs to inspecting artifacts, Jimmy's team made a conscious effort to take the video beyond flashy entertainment and provided educational insights about the culture viewers might not have known otherwise.
Now that we're at the end, you said you had a surprise.
Yes, this has been found in the last 2 decades.
Oh, whoa, what?
It is a funerary mask. And this is the face of one of the kings of the Snake Kingdom.
The Mayans used masks like this one to shield those that have passed away from dangers on their journey to the underworld. Can I hold it?
Yes.
This was made over 1,000 years ago.
Yes.
Which means my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents weren't even alive. Why is this not in a museum? Why is a YouTuber holding this? Get this away from me.
Exactly.
Take it.
Why?
Don't tell anybody.
Okay. I totally won't show 200 million people.
Culturally significant sites like these are often highly restricted areas that even most archaeologists aren't even given access to. However, for some reason, Jimmy was seemingly given privileged access to the area, something he made sure to point out in the video.
It's actually a pyramid built on top of a pyramid. So the deeper we go in, the older things get. Be careful, boys. So sketchy, Jimmy. Can't believe the government's letting us do this. It really is crazy. Not even archaeologists are allowed to go back.
However, there were parts of
he mentioned the government was allowing him to do that.
The area Jimmy's team couldn't set foot in.
At the top of this pyramid is a temple so sacred to the locals that no one is allowed up there. Out of respect for the culture and all the people who hold this very sacred, we are not going to touch the temple.
As unassuming as the video and its contents might have been, it was about to spiral into a much larger controversy that no one, not even Jimmy, could have seen coming. By the 15th of May 2025, Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History, otherwise known as INAH, released the following statement about Jimmy's latest video on Twitter. Regarding the video released by YouTuber MrBeast, we are pleased that YouTubers and all the young people around the world appreciate the value of our ancestral civilizations. What the INAH strongly condemns is that there are those who take advantage of the goodwill of institutions to commit abuses. Furthermore, the INAH condemns those who, for commercial gain and private profit, dare to distort the value of archaeological sites, which are a legacy of our indigenous cultures and the pride of our nation. Following this, the INAH points out their major concerns with Jimmy's video and outlined the steps they'd be taking to correct these issues. Reading, the permit issued to Full Circle Media, representing MrBeast, did not authorize the publication of false information or the use of images from archaeological sites to advertise trademarks for private profit. The nation's heritage, which is public by
Wait. But what was the false information?
by nature cannot be exploited by commercial enterprises. For this reason, the INAH has filed an administrative lawsuit against the production company, demanding compensation for damages and a public retraction for failure to comply with the terms of the permits issued in good faith by the institution. At a first glance, this post seems incredibly damning for Jimmy and raises questions about how his team violated the terms of agreement with INAH. Was it because the video was monetized? Did the advertisement in the
Honestly, like, come on. Did you actually think MrBeast was going to spend millions of dollars in a video that he can't monetize? That's silly. Everything today is supposed to be monetized because you're doing this on YouTube. Nobody likes to work for free, so why should YouTubers, work for free? I mean, I'm on Jimmy's side on this one. Obviously, he was going to monetize the video. Otherwise, he won't be able to do high value videos like he does.
The video count as private profit, or perhaps the problem wasn't with Jimmy's video presentation at all. A few days before the INAH made that statement on Twitter, they published a press release regarding how the video was filmed and regulated. Reading, "The visit and recording that took place in the archaeological zones was carried out in accordance with requests made formally by the Federal Tourism Secretariat and the governments of the two states mentioned. In addition to this, they corrected some of the misrepresented facts Jimmy made during the video." Reading, "In the case of Chichen Itza, we clarify that no drone flight was made inside El Castillo. As falsely mentioned in the video, this flight was made outside the structure. Obviously, the video has extensive audio-visual post-production work and alludes to events that did not occur, such as the one that the producers never descended from a helicopter, nor did they spend the night within the archaeological zone, or have any mask in their possession. Pre-Hispanic, because the one they present is clearly contemporary reproduction. All of them are false assertions that obey the theatricality of the YouTuber in question. Even the governor of Campeche came out with a statement affirming Jimmy's adherence to regulations."
Dude, this is so silly.
MrBeast's team acted at all times with utmost responsibility and respect towards our ancestral heritage. All necessary permits and legal procedures were duly processed and authorized by the INAH-MX, who were present during the filming alongside Sector Campeche and the government of Campeche.
And I'm pretty sure they had a look at the final product before it was launched. MrBeast has gone through so many crazy stuff that I don't think he is willing to risk it all, for like a few extra things on his video. I don't think so. The fact that he had legal representation, or sorry, governmental representation, like people who were there to oversee, it shows that he did not do anything in bad faith. At least I don't think so. I don't think that's what he would do.
This would lead one to believe that the lawsuit wasn't filed because of anything Jimmy did personally, but rather some mistakes on the part of the associated production company, Full Circle Media. However, this didn't stop people from assuming Jimmy was part of the lawsuit or criticizing him for entering the archaeological site in the first place.
Now, adding to the controversy, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum herself has requested clarification on the conditions under which MrBeast and his crew were granted access to these historically significant locations. But the core of the dispute lies in the alleged commercial exploitation of these sites. In fact, throughout the video, MrBeast is seen promoting his own brand of snacks, even referring to them as Mayan approved. And the Institute asserts that the permit granted to Full Circle
Maybe he shouldn't
Media
have said that, though.
was solely for filming purposes and did not extend to the promotion of private brands. The sentiment is echoed by locals in the region. And in Mérida, the capital of Yucatan state, residents, including tour guides, have voiced their disapproval for the preferential access seemingly granted to the YouTuber.
Even the president was involved, but come on, as I said, what are you going to expect? A YouTuber not to promote his brand on a video that must have cost him so much money to make? That is so mad. That is so crazy. Imagine asking MrBeast not to promote his own stuff or not to monetize his video, but still, having the benefits of the viewership and the exposure that MrBeast brings to, to this site.
Media
And the
cycle in
educational
full
value
swing
too.
and criticism coming in every direction, Jimmy had two choices. Either 1, let things run their course and let the controversy die down on its own, or 2, speak up and clarify the situation. Fortunately for Jimmy, he chose the latter. But would that be enough to convince those who already assumed he was in the wrong? By the 18th of May 2025,
Honestly, do we not know by now that YouTube is supposed to be a monetizable platform? Otherwise, why? Like, come on. That makes no sense. I don't know. It's confusing to me. People are still shocked that he was making money out of this video.
Jimmy tweeted out the following statement defending his visit to the ancient Mayan temples, reading, "I've seen a lot of stories about our recent video in Mexico and wanted to clear some false things being said. We did this video to get people all over the world excited to learn more about their culture. Much like we did with our pyramids video, we are not and never have been sued by them, lol. That is false, and it saddens me to see people spreading lies. We filmed with full permits, followed guidelines, had representatives from government agencies following us, Mexican archaeologists to make sure we were accurate, and representatives from sites to ensure we were following the rules." To fully get his point across, Jimmy included several statements from the governor that support the stance of no lawsuit being filed against him, reading, "This material, by the way, was produced with respect and professionalism. I'm surprised that, on the other hand, the Ministry of Culture wants to sanction the production for its adaptations for an international youth and children's audience, which are typical characteristics of visual literature. These adaptations do not violate current law." Regarding concerns about the advertising featured in the video, Jimmy made it clear that all government agencies were aware of the Feastables ad, and everything in the video was pre-approved. He also shared a few extra details that show the visit had other positive impacts on the surrounding communities beyond mere exposure, reading, "They were aware of us mentioning Feastables in the video, but for the respect of the sites, it was filmed off-site from any national monuments. The dinner scene where I made the Feastables joke was not near any Mayan temples. We also never planned on sharing this, but as always, my hand is forced by false headlines. Behind the scenes, we funded wells and water projects in the state. I've also been working with INAH on a fund to support local Mexican archaeology and new discoveries because I wanted to help spread the culture as a thanks for allowing us to film." While it seems Jimmy wouldn't be facing any direct legal action, the same couldn't be said for the production company he collaborated with, as the INAH stated the following a day later. "The administrative legal procedure against the legal entity Full Circle Media, SADCV, due to the violation of the terms of the permit for the production of a documentary video titled MrBeast, I Spent 100 Hours Exploring the Mayan Jungle, was notified to the company on May 14th of the current year. The YouTuber used the permit to make another promotional video for his MrBeast Feastables chocolate and other commercial brands such as Walmart, 7-Eleven, Kroger, and Albertsons.
Why do they make it seem like it's some type of crazy thing that he did?
Constitutes a violation as it created a production different from the one authorized, with commercial purposes and using the archaeological sites to monetize content through digital platforms.
That is so dumb. What did you expect? Did you expect him to do this all for free? Honestly, like, in fact, people sponsor him, pay him hundreds of thousands of dollars to make videos about their stuff. And I'm pretty sure this drove the economy, the tourists, the tourism, it definitely drove tourism. This is absolutely insane. It's baffling that people, they're acting surprised that the video was monetized.
Prohibited in accordance with the general law of national assets. Naturally,
why didn't they say this before he made the video, before the exposure?
This emerging lawsuit caused some confusion on why INAH was suing the production company even after they had approved the video almost immediately after filming. From Jimmy's earlier statement, it seems the INAH had their agents present during the production and allowed him to include the Feastables ad. So what had changed after the video was released? More importantly, what would the result of the lawsuit mean for the MrBeast brand and the production company that he worked with? The current MrBeast controversy is the perfect example of doing everything right, but still losing the game. From Jimmy's
it feels like they wanted a piece of the cake.
perspective, he'd gone through all the necessary red tapes to get the video produced, even going the extra mile to give back to the community he worked with. However, he inevitably ended up getting caught in controversy on a national scale. Could it be that the MrBeast brand is simply so big that it has become a magnet for contention, or was something amiss behind the scenes? Either way, we can only wait to see how the lawsuit progresses and find out whether or not it will negatively impact Jimmy and his team. If you wish to stay updated, make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't affect Jimmy, because he actually does good things, even though some people might not agree with that. Dude, and honestly, this kind of reminds me of my own channel, where I have received emails from specific companies. I'm not going to name them, but labels and production companies that sent me a message, an email, and then said, oh, we have a new music video coming out. That's one thing. Or we have a new movie trailer coming out. That's two things. And then they ask me to react to something, and I'm like, okay, sure. They don't pay me for that, obviously. You know, I don't know. I should ask them to, you know, sponsor after what I've been through. But it happened more than 3 times, where they ask me to watch something, check it out, and I'm like, sure, okay. This label, big label, like huge label, you know, like huge names, legendary singers were, you know, part of this label. And right after that, they copyright the video after I launch it. So they asked me to post the video, and then they go ahead and copyright claim it, which is absurd. And then I email them and say, okay, could you release the copyright? And they're like, oh, I'm sorry, due to policy, we can't. What? And then I have to dispute it, and then, you know, I have to argue fair use, and then obviously it is released. That's crazy. That's crazy. When you ask somebody to do something, or you give them permission to do something, and then you hit them with a crazy surprise. But, you know, I do want to say one thing about MrBeast. Guys, a lot of people seem to think that MrBeast only does charity so that he can benefit from the views. So I was looking at his channel the other day, and I don't want to be the advocate for MrBeast or anything like that. I do watch quite a lot of his videos, but look at this. 121 million views, 187 million views, 141 million views, 126, 152, 199 million views. The only views that he did not hit 100 million in the past 3 months was the one he was doing charity. So why would he spend so much money and effort doing charity if it doesn't even get enough views, or in comparison to his other entertaining videos? See? And he also has, you know, the MrBeast charity channel, which is MrBeast Philanthropy. And let's look at the views on that channel. It doesn't even hit 10 million, but he still does them. So what the heck are people trying to say when, oh, he's only filming his charity to get views or to get money from it? Dude, honestly, like, his philanthropy work doesn't hit 10% of the other stuff he does. Look at his Squid Game videos, for example. Look at these videos, the most popular videos. Look at that. Do you see any philanthropy videos in his most popular videos? He's almost got 1 billion views over there. So, as I said, I don't want to be the advocate for MrBeast or defend him, but facts are facts. Look at this. You don't see one video. He did a video where he was helping people with cataracts, you know, doing surgery. That video is not in the top 10. This video is ages 1 to 100. That's entertainment. This is entertainment. This is entertainment. None of these videos are charity videos. These are the videos that mostly give him the views. So what are people talking about saying, oh, he does charity, but he has to film them because he wants views or money or whatever. Dude, honestly, if he just sticks to posting entertainment videos, he gets a lot more money that way. And he gets a lot more views and a lot more people watching. And then other people are going to say, okay, but it's not about the views. It's about, you know, looking good. It's about, you know, playing the good guy, the hero card. Dude, honestly, there are so many other people out there that are big, huge streamers, huge YouTubers that they don't even do any charity at all. So whether he's trying to play off as the good guy or not, he's still helping a lot of people in the process. And still, if he is playing the role model, he is inspiring a lot of people to do good and do charity as well. So get off his back, and it is what it is, I guess. With that said, thank you guys for watching. Go over to Twitch or go over to Buy Me a Coffee to request a video. Look over here to see more videos. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.